So, it's not the drug deal gone bad theory that I still subscribe to and I still think is the truth. However, a while back, the late, great Tracy Twyman came up with a theory that, well, I just delved into it today, and I gotta tell you, it's plausible. It's fucking plausible. Used to be. So it goes like this, right? No, hold on, fuck my shit up. Live TV, folks. Okay. Now, where was I? Oh, yeah. It goes like this. Rosemary's Baby. Rosemary's Baby. You know, that family-friendly picture from '68. It starred Mia Farrow. Now, Mia Farrow at the time was married to Frank Sinatra, who was also doing a movie at the time that Mia Farrow was filming Rosemary's Baby. He was doing a movie called The Detective. And he wanted his wife to be in the movie. So he calls her up and tells her, you know, you got till such and such a date to be done and get your ass over here and be in my movie. And she's like, okay, daddy. And then the producer got in her ear and said, look, Mia, you can win the Oscar with this role. You got to stay and finish this movie. So Frank calls back again, and she's like, fuck you, I'm going for the Oscar, bitch. And Frank Sinatra proceeds to have her served with divorce papers. Now, when the film came out, if you look closely, through the film, Roman Polanski threw in a bunch of jabs at Frank Sinatra in that film. And if you know anything about Frank Sinatra, you would know that, you know, he was connected with some outfit guys. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't take too kindly to being made sport of by that little twerp Roman Polanski. So he's gonna tune this guy up, right? But he can't, because Roman Polanski is out of the country, doing some other fucking movie. But the person who is in the country is his wife, Sharon Tate. So, Frank Sinatra proceeds to make some phone calls. And, well, one thing leads to another. And he ends up sending Tex Watson to go visit, Miss Tate. And I think you know the rest of the fucking story. Like I said, not the drug deal gone bad theory, but plausible. Absolutely fucking plausible. Way more plausible than that fucking Vincent Bugliosi boo shit. Used to be.
I live where there's no TV, there's no radio, there's no clocks, there's no electric lights. The girls carry water. They don't wear makeup. They have their babies by themselves. They go in the shack and squat down and have their babies. I live on the ground. I live on the earth. I lived in Hollywood, and I had all that. The Rolls Royce and the Ferrari, and the pad in Beverly Hills. I had the Surfboard and the Beach Boys and the Beasties and the Neil Diamond and the Bob Scott and the Jimmy Swiffin and Elvis Presley's, Lester Bestleys and all them guys. The Dina Martins and the Nancy Sinatras and the Gotcha Suffering. Will you do it to me? I hear you do it good, honey, and all that kind of. Will you come up to my house later? So I went through all that, and I seen that was a bigger prison than the one I just got out of, and I really didn't care to go back to prison. See, prison doesn't begin and end at the gate. Prison is in the mind. It's locked in one world that's dead and dying, or it's open to a world that's free and alive. Drugs, LSD, I don't consider a drug. I don't consider peyote a drug. Those are more or less religiously significant awareness, mind-expanding apparatuses that come from the intelligence of the universe. The reason that the girls liked me was, hey now, I'm all around you, hey now, up on your heart I can sing through you. And I play and I sing and they say, hey man, you got soul in that music. And I said, yeah, I play a little bit, you know. I like music. And they said, man, you're really somebody. I said, oh, I am? Well, I just got out of jail. I don't know what somebody is. They like my music. They say, man, we want to get you over. I said, get me over for what? They said, we take you down here to Beverly Hills and we want to get you in because you're a star. I said, I'm a what? They said, you're a star. So they took me to the Beach Boys, and I went and I got on the surfboard and I rode around and I looked and I said, gee, Cuida Chingazos, this is more trouble than what I just got out of. You got 9 down, look at yourself. You got to wear that, whether you like it or not. You got to do things. You got to get up and go through all kinds of changes, whether you want to or not, doesn't matter. Your whole life is put in your paycheck. You couldn't pay me all the money in the world to do something I don't want to do. If I'm shoveling the barn and you want me to go desk every Rumslow, I say, no, I'm doing something right here. I'm helping this blind man. I feel better in doing what I want to do. I did not break the law. Jesus Christ told you that 2,000 years ago. You don't understand me. That's your trouble. Not my fault because you don't understand me. I don't understand you either. But I don't spend my whole life trying to put the blame over on you because my cigarette didn't light or because something didn't work right. What do you want to call me a murderer for? I've never killed anyone. I don't need to kill anyone. I think it. I have it here. I don't need to live in this physical realm. I walk around in the physical realm and I put on the faces and I talk and I play and it's just a big act, man. In the spiritual world is where I live. I exist in places you never even dreamed of. You talk about, this little physical realm you live in, guilty and is in sin. Well, how's your courts guilty? How many people do you think you've hung on the ventilators in the nut wards and forced medication on them? You see what I'm saying? You don't have any idea what the hell's going on. If you knew what the hell was going on in your own system, then you'd say, now I see what's creating this. Society's creating it. Society's saying, we want these Rambos. We want these killers. Oh, wow, man. Look at that dude there. And you got little kids looking in the book where they sell in the Sears and Roebuck. Rambo from 12 to 15. Kai Karate from age 5 to 17. Then you got all your kids out here doing these crazy things. Now you want to come and say, Charlie Manson's the father of our country. We're convicting you for being Jesus Christ. We're convicting you for being the devil. We're convicting you for being responsible for our actions. I'm not responsible for anyone's actions but my own actions. In my whole life, I've burglarized a grocery store, sold some nickels and dimes, busted open a stamp machine, stole a few automobiles, and cashed a couple checks. I'm a petty car thief. I've been with prostitutes and bums and winos and all my life. The street is my world. I don't pretend to go uptown and be anything fancy. I can, But I find more real in the world that I'm in than I do the tinsel. And the real world is the one I have to deal with every day, you know. Believe me, if I started murdering people, there'd be none of you left.